Boracay, Philippines, home to beautiful stretches of white sandy beach and spectacular sunsets. The island underwent eco-renovations in 2018 and new environmental regulations are in place. Years ago, the bright, healthy coral reefs attracted divers from all over the world. Today, they have been depleted by over 70% due to pollution, erosion, careless boaters, and clumsy divers. Mermaid Liberty went to Boracay to talk to Franzi Preglo.
Human impact is just very strong, but a lot of our bare areas have grown really strongly now. There's a lot more fish now. There's a lot more coral life.
Franzi is what is called a coral gardener.
We've been doing this coral restoration program for almost 4 years now.
Here we can see a time lapse of a coral garden and the successful efforts of a coral restoration project. I wanted to see the process for myself. We prepped our scuba gear while heading out to an area of the reef that needed attention. I've never been scuba diving in a mermaid tail before, but it turned out to be an amazing experience. We swam out to investigate areas of the reef. Here, Franzi shows me the difference between dead coral and coral that can be saved. He begins replanting fragments of dying coral in places that it can thrive. Here he shows me how to test the replanted coral against the current.
In partnership with Project Mom, Mermaids on a Mission, the BBAS, our local diving association here, with the local government, marine biologists who give us an oversight on what corals we're supposed to plant, what corals we're supposed to propagate.
Many replanting methods consist of sealing the coral fragment in with an epoxy, but so long as it can stand against the currents, dry placement methods work just as well. I try my own hand at some replanting, and after fighting against the buoyancy of my mermaid tail, I experience success.
We've also done a lot of programs with bigger companies who do their CSR and create reef balls, who plant them underwater, and then we propagate corals on top of these reef balls to create an artificial reef.
Franzi has spotted some synthetic fibers tangled in the coral, possibly from a fishing net. These must be removed or the coral will die. Anchors and fishing nets are a direct threat to coral reefs around the world, but there are other threats, and on a larger scale.
Sadly, there's a big factor called climate change that does hurt the corals really strongly, make them bleach and wipe out reefs in courses of months. But those are factors we cannot change. So all we can do is just give these little guys a helping hand and make sure that our reefs are protected.
We spend the afternoon replanting coral. This type of volunteer work is at the very heart of mermaiding, and I found it to be so important to give back to this island community during my visit. You can see some of the recovery results of Franzi's and others' work over the last 4 years. The coral is making a comeback, and will continue to do so if we make efforts to protect it. Happy tales.